What's up, YouTube? It's Don. Keep it going, Charles. Um, it's almost at April 20something. You know that, bro. Past in the future. You know. But yeah, it's October 7th, 2025, bro. You know, just rambling. You know, stay positive. You know. I was gonna roll up a blunt. I keep saying that almost half of my videos. I'm gonna do a blunt sesh too one day. I got some back in the room. But anyway, I got a little good news. You know, forgot to put it out there. You know. Or I didn't really forget. So I was only doing one video for a specific reason. You know, my girl, like I said, she's got a little job interview coming up, so I wish her the best. I'm thankful for it, help her. She's been like a big help in everything. You know what I'm saying? So I love her to death. So she just left this other job, so she finally got another phone call back. She got a second, or basically kind of took a phone call back. She's got an interview coming up. So I'm gonna do what I can. Trying to find a part-time myself because since I've been here within the last, I'd probably say about 3 to 4 months, I didn't already had 2 jobs. It'd be my third job, and found a little part-time job. So like I said, just preparing for the future. Once we do leave Illinois, go back to Missouri and stuff, kind of have some money already saved up and stuff like that. My sister, she just left Florida right now, so working at a pot plant with her boyfriend. She just left Florida the same month, I think like last month. First month, she said we might be leaving, might be go to As you know, a week or two later, 3 weeks later, I get a phone call. Yeah, we're moving back to Missouri. And then, you know, I just kind of FaceTimed her all to the point where it was time for her to dip out. You know, she was packing and stuff. She was waiting on a little interview with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend ended up getting the job first. Then they called her like, "Yep, you got the job." So right now she's working at the pot plant and stuff. So that's pretty dope, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. But yeah, bro, it's pretty cool though, man. I love smoking weed. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, I don't fuck with fentanyl. Looking at, don't be stop. No, I don't fuck with that shit. But I'm happy for her, you know. So yeah, but my girl, she's got the job. So I'm just gonna cut back a little bit till I find another job or I get a job, and then I got a good plug up there in a certain place in Missouri, so I can't really wait to get that shit, buddy, from the Middle East. So I think that's pretty dope. Good shit too, bro. But yeah, man, she's got the job interview and everything, so I'm happy for her. Can't wait till I start making money so we can finally invest in a new car. First, get her transmission fixed, like I said, you know, in the last few videos. Get her car fixed, get money saved up, and then we're just gonna head out of town, bro. Yeah, 2026 is around the corner, stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah. Shit, man. Just try to get shit together, bro, you know. Keep the YouTube stuff going, keep it going and stuff like that. I dropped a few shorts though. I dropped one of my MMA fights where I knocked the dude out first round, 6 seconds. That was my first amateur MMA match. Now, a little story behind that shit, bro. So I was probably about like 180 pounds or some shit like that at one point, 190, and I had to lose a bunch of weight. And every day I'm training my ass off and stuff like that. And so I'm training, I'm dieting, I'm running, I'm exercising, you know. And mind you, when I was living in the hood, I would go all out to the suburbs and train at this gym and stuff. So coach was like, "Hey, I got you a fight, you know, you gotta get your cardio up and get that weight down and everything." I'm like, "All right, cool, bet." I had to make 155 and stuff, so slowly but surely, you know, I did what I was supposed to do. You know, I started getting the weight down and Kept getting slimmer, Started to feel weaker and weaker a little bit, but I didn't want to just eat here and there because I knew I was gonna pick up that weight quickly as possible. So I just waited till I got all the way down. I just small picnic my food and stuff, small portions, tiny portions of food. And at the time I was working at FedEx too, right around the corner in the hood too. Again, like I said, that's another reason how I got my strength up and my weight down a little bit. When you're in there for 4 or 5 hours, bro, you're just hauling thousands of boxes. During the summer, bro, you're sweating all this shit. Dude, oh my God, bro. But I knew it was gonna be worth it, so. But eventually I got down to 160. I think I got down to 154 the day before we had to go to Iowa. Me and my teammates and my coach, he drove us to Iowa in 2018. Shout out to G2 MMA Country Club Hills, one of the best gyms in the Midwest, hardest gym in the Midwest. I got my weight down and stuff, 154, 152. I had to be at 155, but I forgot I was way below my weight and I was kind of good, but my coach, that same day I was so tired because I already had my weight already down and stuff. I just had to get more skills and get more little rounds in and stuff like that. I couldn't go. I was dead tired, bro. And my coach was all right. He has enough, man. Just let him rest, And my team was like, all right. And I was going through a lot too. My mom at the same time didn't want to. I'm not trying to put her down, but I'm giving you the real, bro. I didn't know how I was getting to the gym. I didn't know how to get the drug test. I didn't really have to take the drug test, but I think I did pass the drug test, or something like that. But I finally ended up getting to the gym. No, wait, yeah. So the training part where I was too tired to train. They gave me a break. It was already pretty much time to go and stuff like that. I was done with all my training and stuff. I just stayed and did extra and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm tired, bro. I couldn't really move. So, but my coach was like, just try not to eat nothing, whatever you do. Try not to eat. I'm like, bro, you know me, bro. You know. You went from the highest weight class, middleweight, damn near light, heavyweight, all down 152 or something like that, 150. Supposed to be at 155, but I got a small frame and I train so much. It's kind of like already way ahead of schedule. And then that night, bro, I go home because I was so hungry and I was already below weight. I didn't think I was I'm like, I had me like a thing of Gatorade and a big ass thing not big ass thing. I had a decent sized bowl of pasta. That was the worst mistake ever. Pasta, it'll bloat you the fuck up, bro. Especially if you cutting water weight or just and weight on top of that, like actual meat weight type shit. Dog, bro. So I get there, mind you, I haven't checked my weight at all. Coach was like, you gonna wait? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait. I think I told him I didn't eat anything, I didn't have anything, but so finally half the teammates get to the gym, we get loaded up in the van and everything. And we head out to Iowa. Mind you, this is 2018. This is my first amateur fight, bro. We headed to Iowa. So we get to Iowa. We get like a nice hotel and shit, bro. Free breakfast, drinks, not alcohol, but that's not till like after the fight, during the fight, and all that stuff. That's all the party and shit. But we get there, what happened? We get there and everything. Not that morning, but we get there that afternoon, you know what I'm saying? And then I got pictures on my Facebook. I'll probably share it on YouTube and the post and stuff, And so we get there and we're getting ready. The cage is set up. We got the chairs ready. We got the tables ready. We got the cameras ready and everything for that next following day. And we get all the fighters. There. Well, not me, but they get all the fighters there and everybody finally shows up and stuff. And, I'm just taking pictures. I'm walking around the cage and stuff. So finally all the coaches from around the city, the commission and the guy that does the weight thing, they all tell us to line up and stuff. So mind you, the night before, bro, before we got to Iowa, the night before I was training, I was tired and everything. I ate that night. So that next day, that morning, I want to say about 11, 10 o'clock, 12-ish, I showed up at the gym that next day. I didn't check my weight because that night after training I ate, and we went straight to Iowa. So they call us all as fighters up and stuff like that, you know. We'll have the band. They start from the highest to the lowest, I think. I get on the scale, bro. I'm nervous as fuck though. I get on the scale when they call all us over there. So they finally get down to the 150s and stuff. I get on the scale and I think the dude I was fighting was like 155-ish, 154. I finally hop on, bro. I came in at like 157, 158. Because mind you, when we left to Iowa, I made sure I didn't eat nothing because I already ate that night before. So, and I'm like, fuck. They were like, all right, just get stripped naked and everything. My coach, so I had to get stripped naked. They put the towel up and everything, I think. I can't remember half of it. And I get on the scale, bro. I'm like 158 or some shit, 157, 156 or some shit like that or whatever. I'm a couple pounds over, but I ain't 160, bro. So they said I got to a couple hours to drop the weight and stuff like that, and I don't know if it was the night of the night before, but that same day we all had to weigh. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, fuck. And I thought my coach down. My coach was like, okay. And come to find out, the other dude's coach, I was off by a couple pounds, but the other, and that's the thing, bro. If you're in this sport, bro, be professional, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking anybody because accidents happen, bro. And these weight cuts ain't fucking easy, bro. I'm telling you right now. It wasn't that fucking serious. I don't think I was even that much overweight, bro. But they said the coach and the dude was kind of bigger than me at 155. But the coach was like, well, now you can take your anger out because the coach was the one that said that you had to drop this weight or wasn't going to let you fight. So I got all my shit together. I'm wearing these busted ass Vans and shit. I didn't bring no running shoes, but I think I didn't have to run. I put on my Vans. I put on my sweats and stuff, clothes and shit, whatever. And I'm hauling ass, bro. I'm hauling ass outside the facility. My coach, my teammate, he's running with me for a minute. And my homie Devin, Devin Lester, shout out to my boy, you know what I'm saying. But yeah. So I had like a few hours or whatever to run. So I'm jet ass out the facility, bro. My coach like, all right, hurry up. So me and the guys are just pushing me. They're pushing me, you know what I'm saying? They're just pushing me, you know. And mind you, this is 2018, bro. This is like around 1 or 2 o'clock, bro. We didn't get there till like 12-ish, I think. And if anybody knows the summer, if you live in the hot Midwest, it don't really start getting hot till like 8, 9-ish. 12, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, bro. That's when it starts to scorch, bro. Anywhere in the Midwest. So I'm running around this big ass casino facility. I'm doing like 20 laps, bro, for a couple hours, bro, non-stop. I'm not regular running, so low key I got a lot of little cardio in me because I dropped all this weight and I've been training for this fight. So I got a little cardio in me, so it's not like I'm stopping and everything like that. Plus I had like the pasta I was burning off in that Gatorade. So, dude, I'm hauling ass. I'm running, bro. I'm hauling. I'm gushing sweat, bro. I'm gushing so much sweat, bro. I swear to God. I had to take a towel and dry myself off because I didn't want that shit to weigh me down even when I am already, bro. But I'm hauling ass, bro. I'm hauling. I'm running for hours, bro. And at the time, it had to be 100 degrees outside, bro. And I got black skin. I had brown, dark skin, bro. So if you know, you know. The sun, our skin attracts the sun, so it makes it even more like hotter and shit. But when you're active, but if you're already in shape and you're outside in the sun, they don't fuck with you like that because you ain't got all the chemicals in your body or that bullshit and shit like you do on a normal daily basis or whatever. But anyway, I'm still running, bro. I'm gushing. My friend, my homies, my fighters, one guy's running with me, my other buddies, they're standing there just pushing me, just telling me to go. My other guy's like, come on, man, you can't stop. Come on, let's go. They're in there for to beat my ass if I stop, but they really wanted to see me fight and shit, so. And finally, bro, after a couple hours, it was like, all right, you're done. Da, da, da. I have to rush in there. Come on, come on, man, come on. So I'm taking the towel, wiping my body down and all that shit. Boom. Nigga, I came in like 155, 154 ish on a dot, bro. Ugh, fuck, I finally get off the scale. Yeah, when I went back in the facility, I throttled myself up and I got on the scale. I was like 154, 155. And then, so so all the fighters are gone. All the other fighters are gone. It's just me and the other fighter. He gets on the scale. He's in on his weight. I get on the scale. I'm not the weight that I'm supposed to be. So we're like, all right, cool. Da, 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 good luck, kid. Da, da, da. We all make up. We gone. Shit, type shit like that. And man, bro, it was the best feeling ever. I was like, damn, I get to fight. Da, 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 da. But this is where I fucked up at, bro. I didn't really know this shit, bro. So we all go back to our hotel and shit, you know what I'm saying? All the fighters and shit. We all go back to our hotels, you know. Our coach trying to figure out something to eat. We're just talking, you know, about the old school UFC shit, old school pride fighting, old school everything, bro. So, we go out to eat and shit, you know. Or no, we go out to Walmart to pick up snacks and stuff so I can fill myself back up, so I can fill out, so I can absorb more food back in my body. Because Coach already know. Coach, he ain't no dummy, bro. He been through this shit. Shout out to G2 MMA. Shout out to Coach Gilbert, Joey Gilbert, and all them guys. Shout out to all the Gilbert brothers and stuff. Shout out to G2 MMA. Shout out to Coach Hills, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I get a simple green drink. I get like the little cracker thingies. I forgot what they're called, like the goldfish or something. I get some form of crackers to absorb whatever is up in my body, so I'm eating food and stuff, you know, lightly. And then finally, I think we ended up going to B-Dubs in Iowa somewhere. And I got back to the gym. Like we all ate, went out. We were playing music. What intro music we were gonna play to go out. And I'm playing Keith and shit. My coach is sitting there chilling and shit. He's listening to all the fighters' music we were gonna go out to and shit. So we finally go back to the hotel and shit. And bro, I'm gonna hop in the shower type shit. I had all my clothes and shit. And then I've been smoking that pack, bro. I've been having that Chicago pack with me for the longest, bro. I didn't even smoke yet, so I was gonna wait after the fight that next day. So we ended up going back to the hotel, and I ended up having to go to the bathroom real bad, and I'm hopping in the shower. That's the reason why. And nigga, bro, from running in that sun and just taking in so much, putting fluids back in my body, it runs right through you like some collard greens, bro. I had the shit bad, nigga, bro. Oh my God, bro. And mind you, I didn't just drink water, bro, after making weight. I'm drinking like protein, kale, not protein, but kale drinks. The shit that's really good for you. I'm drinking kale drinks and I'm drinking water, bro. Not just water, because I knew I need some good shit in my body. So I got kale, I got nothing but kale drinks, water bottles, and a few crackers here and there. My coach was like, is that it? That's all you can get? I'm like, yeah, that's about it, bro. I don't want to overdo it because I was so scared. I'm like, what if I throw up? What if I shit on myself during the fight? But shit, when we got back to the hotel, bro, all that shit came out. All my fears came out in that bathroom. All the shit and sweat, all that shit came out, bro. All that shit came out. So I hop in the shower, wash myself up. I get out, I put clothes on. I get out at the hotel bathroom or whatever. I'm like, oh, I just had the shit, I had diarrhea, dead laughing and shit, And so we all go to bed. We watch South Park. We all go to bed. I'm in my own bed. Coach in his own bed. Other guys, they're on the floor. I think the other guys have their own rooms too. So the guys that were with us had their own rooms. So we had like 2 separate rooms. And we would check up on each other. So, but yeah, the next morning, man, got dressed. We all head out. We went to like this big ass cafeteria in this casino. And then it's weird. And it's kind of cult like, bro. But I don't say shit. I mean, you are believing what you believe. But there's a lot of Bibles and they keep in the cabinets and shit. It's kind of weird. I'm just like, but at least you're sitting with next to the words, you know what I'm saying? At least you're protected and shit. But we get there, and that's a luxury of being a fighter, but it's discipline. And that's just little things like that. It's little things like this, but it's always discipline. When you get there, you get all this free food as a fighter and your coach and stuff like that. You get eggs, bacon, sausages, you get pancakes, waffles, orange juice. What's the first thing I did? I think I loaded up on. I didn't get too crazy because, like I said, I didn't want to throw up. I think wasn't my coach that gave me the idea, or I don't think he did, but now at the time I love bacon, I still do, but I didn't want to get too crazy. Like I said, there's like a whole plethora of breakfast food. When we get there, it's free food everywhere, free breakfast everywhere, bro. Big ass things of food, bro. So I get a bunch of eggs and bacon and stuff, and that next day, we went off to sleep. That next day we went to breakfast and stuff like that. Um, I load up on eggs and bacon and a little bit of bacon, but eggs, and I sipping on some orange juice, sipping on that OJ. Stop playing, bro. But I'm sipping on some orange juice slow, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm still putting nutrients back in my body and stuff. I'm still taking it slow. And so we all get done eating, bro. Like I said, the experience, bro, I can't just jump from that. That's just a little experience, bro. Like, it wasn't like no fancy $1 billion buffet. It was like on some college football, NFL type shit, like fighters and football players type. Football players got to have nutrients, and these football players have some good ass restaurant type foods, but you have to have a certain nutrients in it. It looks like fast food, but it's not fast food. At least the ingredients, because they have these super well equipped, trained nutritionists and stuff like that. It can make it look like fast food, but really it's good for you and the stuff they put in it and stuff. So boom. Oh no, yeah. So it was just a little experience like that, and that's just being at a fancy, decent buffet at a casino, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, being taken care of, bro. That's just a luxury. That's just a minute level, bro. That's just that part. You ain't got to the highest form of the highest of the highest yet, bro. But you still gotta stay disciplined. Even when it comes to just rehydrating your body, bro. You don't want to overload, because I've seen people shit in the cage. I've seen people throw up in the middle of the cage. Wild money, bro. And knowing me, bro, if I'm out of shape and I haven't trained like that in months, and I go back to training, I'm throwing up for at least 5 days in a row, damn near 2 weeks, bro. My God, that's why I'm trying to get back in shape. I'm throwing up every five days for a week in training, bro. If I've not, knowing me, bro, if I have not been training like that, and I've just been bullshitting my body like that, and I've been disciplined, I'm throwing up for 5 days straight after training or during training. That's just weakness and bullshit leaving your body, bro. And it felt so good because you could actually feel all that shit coming out of your body, sweating and throwing up, bro. And then like halfway into the other week, I might be throwing up, but then I stop because my body's getting readjusted to shit. So boom, we leave the breakfast facility room or whatever, the breakfast room, dining hall, whatever. And then mine, I look back one more time because in the other big ass room, they had like the cage and shit ready and all that stuff. So, but we didn't, in Iowa, the fight central time was probably about 8-ish, 9 o'clock, something like that. So we were walking around for hours. We finally just leave the casino. We just go to different places, go by the river, me and the guys. We just relaxation, just thinking about everything, accomplishments and stuff. And honestly, I can't really tell you. And that's just traveling to Iowa, my first fight as a young nigga from Chicago on the south side, bro. That was kind of like my actual first time traveling outside Chicago. Not really, but kind of. But with a team and doing something that's taking me places. That experience first time, bro. Discipline, bro. Visiting by the river. Going to the food spots. Strolling around, seeing different places. We go to the Denny's. We go to some restaurant. I'm like, yeah, I order the chicken. No, so we hop back in the van. You guys hungry? Because it's been hours. You guys hungry? So we hop in. We're like, yeah, we hop in the car, van, whatever. Our coach took us. Our coach took us. We hop in our mom van or fight van, I like to call it. And we're just talking, figuring stuff out, just seeing what the next move is, and then we go to a restaurant. We agreed what restaurant we're going to. I got the chicken tenders and stuff, and we're all there eating. This is how I know I was gonna beat some ass tonight, bro. Mind you, I'm sorry I'm talking too much, but I'm just talking about the experience I had. It's gonna lead up to it, bro. So we're all sitting there at the dining table. I ordered the chicken tenders. A few guys ordered some chicken tenders. A few guys ordered different food and stuff like that. And before, and the lady walks away because we told her we won, of course, and lady walks away and there's a fly right there, bro. I swear to God, bro. I'm looking at it like, like on some Bruce Lee shit. How he does his eyes when he sees someone he don't like or something, or he feels like a situation is off and he's got to check a motherfucker, bro. Do that eye shit. I see a fly there. Boy, I was milliseconds quick. I killed the fly with my bare hands. I'm like, oh shit. In my head, I'm looking at everybody like, you see that shit? It's gonna be some shit tonight. And my coach goes, oh shit. so finally our food comes, we get done eating all that stuff. We leave out. We go back to the what you call it. And finally my mom shows up out of nowhere, but I thought she wasn't gonna show up for some reason. But we all get dressed and stuff because the fight's getting ready to happen. We're all got our fights coming up and stuff. As a fighter, every fighter knows this, even on the amateur level. You write down your waiver. You go to the back room with all the other fighters, commissions, the owner of the casinos. You show respect and shit like that, of course. And then, you know, the ref is back there. He tells you the rules, what to do, what not to do, what you can do. You know what I'm saying, like that. Now, I didn't realize it's like I didn't like the politics in MMA as an amateur. There's some places where you need an elbow. There's certain places you can't. And there's certain places if you're a pro you still can because you're a pro. But you know, yeah. But yeah. So we talk to the guy. Everything's going through. Finally, we all say our prayers and break up and all that shit. We didn't really say our prayers, but I kind of did shit. So coach is tapping all the fighters, or not tapping. He's wrapping all the fighters in. He finally gets to me, wraps my hand. I'm putting them boom, 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 boom. You know, shows are going on, fights are going on. All the guys are getting their fights in and shit like that. And then, for some reason, there was some weird shit going on in the back. Where, okay, the cage is out there in the showroom or whatever. And in the background was all the shit that was going on. So you gotta make sure everything's going on in the back room straight. Everything's all right. I'm running back and forth. I'm like, oh shit, is it coming up? Am I coming up? And my coach is like, just come over here. And then the guy's like, just come over here. I was like, oh shit. So finally, my name's coming up. And I'm getting my shit together. Coaches look at me. Now I'm gonna tell you something. The Irish coach in Chicago, G2. Shout out to Country Club Hills. Coach Gilbert goes, now, the reason why you had to run is because that coach didn't want you to fight his opponent or fight his fighter overweight. So you took that anger out on him and everything like that. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm going to crunch his ass. Well, what? I'm going to dog his ass, bro. What are you talking about? So we finally go. I finally get to the cage and my walkout comes through. I'm playing my Keith song, Get That Sack, you know. So, I'm getting this, man. I'm on the man. Bottom of the man, where you live at? I went from selling rocks, got the weed in my blood in my hand, Yeah, all that shit. So the other guy comes out, you know what I'm saying? And, I thought the fight was going to be, a long fight, and the people told me, even years later, people were saying like, oh, that guy's big, that guy's kind of tall, Mind you, I'm scared, but I got my gloves on, I'm in shape, got my shit. And then the thing is, before that, they let you pick what glove size you want. I was like, I want to hit this motherfucker hard as I can for making me run and shit. I'm still thinking about this shit my coach was telling me back in my head. I get the smallest gloves I can get. Cause I hit fucking hard. I knew he ended up getting a concussion and shit, but I don't want to spoil it. So I said, damn, they feel tight. And I knew once I put on my wraps, they're gonna feel even more like tighter and shit. I put them on, I'm like, oh shit, yeah. I get the smallest gloves I can get so I can pack his ass. But I knew if I get the smaller gloves, I can hit him a little harder. If I get more hits in, he'll at least blotch up and they'll TKO the fighter or whatever. So I got the smallest gloves and stuff like that. And so fast forward, before I went back, we get out to the cage. My song cool, I'm with the walkthrough. Finally, the other guy comes out. And the referee said, no, on that side. I'm like, all right, yeah, my bad. I'm jumping on that side. Because you know what's weird? Some cages got different diagonals. You got to stand on a certain side and shit. So I jump on the side. The guy's like, oh, shit. It looked like in the video, before the video. I'm like, yeah, I'm still agile. So they ring the bell. They close, ready to fight, close the cage. Well, they close the cage, ready to fight. I'm like, yeah. I go in, mind you, bro, I'm nervous and shit. 1, 2, 3, 6 seconds went by. Boom! Dude fall straight back on some World Star shit, bro. And I can see where he tried to kick my leg back, like a leg kick, inside leg kick. It looked like a sweep, but it was inside leg kick. As he was coming in, I held him with a 1, 2. Boom! I hit him, pow! Like a gunshot, like a quick Desert Eagle, the recoil type shit, like pow, 50 cal type shit, bro. And he falls straight back and stuff. And no, I know most fighters, they like to jump on their fighter after the knockout. Because some people, they really fighting for a paycheck. I don't know, and that's kind of why I don't knock certain fighters when they do that shit. But it's like, respect your fellow fighters, bro. Even your sparring partner. Don't hit them while they're down and shit type shit. You don't want to kill them, man. You want to win. You want to knock them out or show that you got the best skill, bro. Your style is better than any other style out there. But you're still wanting to learn type shit. So anyway, I knocked him out in 6 seconds and shit. Put him on his ass and whatever. You know, I show respect, and they open the cage up and stuff. They call I'm about to say coroner, but the dude had concussion. He was knocked out for like a good minute, bro. Like, he wouldn't wake up for like, I don't know, bro. He was not waking up, and finally got him to wake up and stuff. And after that, I left the cage. They carried the guy out of the cage. They had to carry him out the cage, bro. They had to carry his ass out the cage and stuff. So, I got the parents wanted an autograph. They was like, we understand it. They were like, how come the fight wasn't long enough though? I was like, I don't know. So next time I give you guys a fight. But before I left the cage, they interviewed me. They was like, Mr. Crider, I'm like, yeah, you know. They were like, well, in the near future, are you wanting to be at this, establishment? Are you gonna think about coming back? I'm like, yeah, Mind you, this 2018, bro. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come back. And I said my little spiel after Conor McGregor said that shit? I said Dana White, sign a brother type shit, but I wasn't ready, bro. I was barely 20. I was 20, 21, I think. And afterwards, his parents, I had a bunch of parents. I want to say children, but not really. Like little kids. I had moms and kids come up to me and want autographs and stuff. Everybody wanted autographs and stuff like that. And my mom showed up and everything, so I started just, I'm sitting at the thing, signing people's autographs. I'm signing kids' autographs. I'm signing moms, MILFs and shit. I'm signing a lot of autographs and shit, so finally me and my mom, we get ready to head out and shit like that, so... And they had like a little bar set up, so I'll just take the orange juice and stuff like that. And our boy Scholar comes like, yo, Donna, what up, bro? What up? Because he just won this fight and shit like that. He more like a party dude type shit, cool guy. I like my brother, bro. Shout out to Skylar, bro. And Skylar, he stopped, bro. But yeah, man, it's ended up going back to the hood of Chicago. We were gonna go to Missouri, straight to Missouri, but we were like too tired because it was like dark and shit, and we didn't want to drive all the way back to Chicago, who went straight to Missouri. I think my coach wanted me to stay that night and party a little bit, but I really didn't and shit like that. But I kind of got big-headed and fell off and shit like that, and now I'm up to this point, 2018 to 2025. But yeah, but like and subscribe. If you guys got any experiences, put them in the comments. Put them in the comment section, or make some videos. Tell me in the comment, hey, look, bro, I just got a YouTube page. I've been at a YouTube page. This is my experience. Just put them in the comments if you want to. You don't have to, bro. I don't really care, bro. I ain't gonna be mad at you. But like and subscribe. Play my videos in the background. You don't have to watch them. I'm gonna have better quality and all that stuff. I'm gonna have a better system set up and all that stuff. But yeah, man. But yeah, I plan on, like I said, my girlfriend's got a job. I might get a job here soon, so hopefully we'll be out of town. We'll be moving soon. I'll be right behind my sister going back to Missouri. But first, I have to get this weight down, get back in shape, and I have to buy more training equipment. So, but first, I have to get a job. And while I'm not working, most I could do is do a little exercising here and there and try to stay off Call of Duty. But in the meantime, I will stay on Call of Duty to keep myself busy or study fights and stuff. So, but yeah, tell me you guys' first experience. You know, if it was fighting, MMA, first pro fight, first amateur. Hell, if it was your first job, how did you feel? Did you have the shits? Are you nervous working with people? Well, how was that? You know, but yeah, but um, like, subscribe. You know, share if you want, but that's up to you. But you know, keep it going, keep it pushing. You know, tell me your experience. I love you guys. I'm gonna get out of here.